Hello there. In this video, we're going to create a summary worksheet whose data is based on supporting worksheets. We're going to do this without the use of any sophisticated formulas or even macros. On screen currently, we have a worksheet where we want to list the total annual costs of resources. Attaining the total cost for resources is dependent on two factors: attaining the international hourly labor rates and the monthly hourly allocation. So for this exercise, we're going to be leveraging three different spreadsheets or worksheets. Here, we have our summary sheet where we're going to take all of the total hours for each resource for 2020 and list them here, as well as the corresponding total costs. Now, this summary sheet is going to be dependent on two other worksheets. One is the resource monthly sheet. And what this does is that it takes each resource here and it breaks down their hourly allocation by month. So here you can see the monthly breakdown, and I'll enlarge this a little bit so you can see here. Every single month there's an hourly breakdown. So what we want to do is take the sum of this in the year 2020 and bring it to our summary sheet. And then lastly here, and what I'll do here again is that I'll start to zoom in here, we have country rates. So for each particular country, you're going to have an associated labor rate. And this is set forth by the IT finance group or the finance department. So it depends really on the organization that you work at here. But the idea here is that you're picking up the country rates and you're leveraging that to perform the calculation based on the hours that the resource work. So let's just jump into an example here. So if we're considering the year 2020 for Dan Rivera, what we do is that we go here in this C2 cell and we'll start our formula. We're going to do the sum. And we're going to open the parentheses here. Now what we want are the total hours for Dan Rivera in the year 2020. So we're going to come in here to the resource monthly sheet. We're going to click and drag. And if you notice, the selection is active with the dotted lines here. So you select all the cells from May through December. And when you press enter, you get your total hours here. It's 640 hours. Now, if you take a look here at the formula, you have your sum function, and then you have this section here. The name of the worksheet is resource monthly, so that's going to be enclosed in quotes. Then you have the exclamation point character here, which indicates that this is a spreadsheet. This is another worksheet. And then here you have the cell range, D4 through K4. And sure enough, if you come in here, it's D4 through K4. So that's going to be your reference there. Now keep in mind the cells here. You can also do like absolute cell references, just like you would do in a normal case. So like if you wanted to come here to the resource monthly sheet and you wanted to reference, like let's say an interest rate cell at the top here, there's an interest rate as an example. You can do absolute references also, like for example, C1, if the interest rate was here, you can do absolute references. So we're going to continue here. We're going to do this again. Okay, and then this one is for Paul Jones, and we're going to do the same thing. Enter. And we're going to repeat for each resource. let's say, for example, the total hours for Dan Rivera, if you have it linked here to the monthly resource monthly sheet, let's say, for example, if his hours in October budgeted go up to 80 hours and November it goes up to 80 hours, you click outside there, what's going to happen here in the summary sheet, it's going to automatically represent here and it's going to change here. Now here for the total cost, we're going to take the total hours that we discovered here in column C, and we're going to multiply these number of hours with the country rates. And that's how we're going to come up with the cost for that resource in the year 2020. So let's come back here to the summary sheet. And what we're going to do is that we're going to start our formula. We're going to take the reference of cell C2, because that's the hours we have. We're going to multiply that by the hourly rate. So we're going to come over here to the country rates column, and let's assume this first resource is in the United States. So we're going to select cell A3 as the country rate for that particular resource. And then if you come here, you have your total cost here. So you're taking cell C2, the hours, and again, you have your country rates worksheet here in quotes, as well as the exclamation point and the cell value that you're taking from that worksheet, which is A3. So we have that here. What I can do here is that I can format. Let me come up here to the menu. I'll reduce the accounting here so that it's just whole numbers here. So what I'll do is that I'll repeat this action that I did here. I'll repeat it for the other resources. So we'll take, I'm sorry, not cell C2. We're going to take cell C3. And for Paul Jones, let's say, for example, he's in Australia, and we'll take the Australia weight, and you get the $4,000 here. We're going to repeat this, cell C4 for Harrison Rush. We're going to multiply that. Let's say he's stationed in Mexico. Okay, we're going to take cell C5 for Dave Portman. And Dave Portman is going to be located, let's say, in Switzerland. So we're going to take that rate, press enter, and then cell C6 for Dwayne Blunt. We're going to multiply that by his location. And let's say, for example, he's in the United Kingdom, which is 90 hours. So there you have it. You have your total costs. And again, if I go to any one of the sub parameters here, like for example, total hours, that should change reflectively your values here for total cost. So like if I go to Paul Jones, if I go into the resource sheet, and Paul Jones needs to up his hours. So we're going to give him 20 hours in October, November, and December. So I'm just going to copy this. So his hours are going to go up on the summary sheet. If you notice 150, and accordingly, his cost as a resource is going to go up also. So that does it for this presentation. I hope you found it very helpful. This is how to reference multiple worksheets into a summary sheet for your financial analysis. If you like this video, please see my course, Microsoft Excel for Project Managers, and find the link in the description. This course is geared specifically toward project managers, and all of the Excel examples are taken in the context of project management artifacts, as well as finance artifacts for project managers to help them manage their projects. This course will help you develop your own project management artifacts to help you in your everyday work as a project manager. But as we go along with those artifacts, you'll master Microsoft Excel skill sets. Register today.